The last thing I'm going to need you to be able to do is write equations for polar roses. So here we have two examples. We have a polar rose here and we have a polar rose here. Now the first thing you need to do is you need to determine whether you're going to use sine or cosine. Now the easiest way to tell is to look at your very first petal. If your very first petal starts on the 0 degree mark, it's going to be cosine. If your first petal doesn't start on the 0 degree mark, it's going to be sine. So in this case, here's my first petal. My first petal starts on the 30 degree mark, so my equation is going to be R equals positive negative A sine B theta. Because my first petal doesn't start on the 0 degree mark, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to use sine theta. Now, your A value is the easiest one to figure out. Your A value is going to be the length of the petal. So, from the pole to the outside of that first petal is going to be your A value. In this case, it looks like my A value is going to be 4. Now, your B value is going to be the number of each petal. So look at your number of petals. In this case, we have 3 petals. Because 3 is odd, that means our B value is just going to be 3. So our equation here is just going to be R equals 4 sine 3 theta. Nice and easy. Now, second example. Notice my first petal starts on the 0 degree mark. So what that means that I'm going to use the positive negative A cosine B theta equation. Again, cosine always starts on the 0 degree mark. A is going to be the length of the petal. So this is kind of hard to see, but it looks like the length of each petal is going to be 2. Now, this is where you want to be very careful because your B value you're going to need to figure out by the number of petals. In this case, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 petals. Now, that doesn't mean my B value is 8. Because 8 is even, my B value is going to be half of that. So my B value isn't going to be 8. My B value is going to be 4. Because remember, if your B value is even, the number of petals is going to be double that. So if your number of petals is even, your B value is going to be half of that. Once you have A and B, your equation is going to be R equals 2 cosine 4 theta. And there is our 2 equations.